Hello. So now let's talk about the finance section in events. And as you can see, I'm already on the finance page, on the search page, inside of the finance section. So if I hover over this menu in the events and then click on this finance, it will lead me here. So what this report says is actually which person has paid how much and what is the outstanding amount. And you can see some people have $100 outstanding, and some have $0 outstanding, and some have 6779 dollars outstanding. So this is basically a listing of what is outstanding and what has been paid, what is the person's name. You can also check their registration by clicking on this. You can click on this and you can see you reach the delegate page. Now I'll go back, and you can also print this by clicking on the print button. Sorry. Now let's go to processed credit cards. I'll click on this button here and it leads me to here. Since this is a test environment, we don't really um, process credit cards here. So uh, but you can see from the table itself all of the details that you need to know. You can check the transaction ID, invoice number, name of the person who has paid, organization, what is their card name, it's Visa, MasterCard, or anything else, and card type. And then they have credit card number, which is usually just the last four digits or the last six digits of the credit card number. And um, this depends on the payment gateway that we have selected. So we have support for secure pay, we have eWay, we have PayPal, and we have many other payment gateways too. Then we can show the expiry date of the card, the amount paid, and what is the process date, what is the surcharge that was levied, and what is, if it's a refund, how much we refunded. We also have some filters, and we can select the card types here: Visa, MasterCard, American Express, JCB, or many other cards. And we can also exclude the refunds from this listing. So we can also choose the dates from if it was processed from maybe 22nd December to 30 December, and we can apply that filter. So since we don't have any list here, so we will not be filtering anything. Let's go to process direct deposits. Inside of the process direct deposits, you can see we have Vijay Sharma, who has paid via a direct deposit, and their registration must be checked so that the request of processing a direct deposit appears here. So how do we do that actually? If we click on this delegate, you can see um, their registration is checked, and that is when I'm clicking on the back button and reached here. So that is when this transaction appears here. If the registration is unchecked, this transaction won't show up here. So the transaction ID is here, the invoice number is here. We can now put in the drawer who is going to draw this money, and let's say it's someone with the name Simon. And what's the date? Let's say it is 30th. And then we click on this button here, checkbox, and you can see the total amount that we're selecting. And then we click on approve, and then this pop-up shows, are you sure? And then we say yes, and this transaction gets processed. And the similar process is followed on deposit checks or process others. We'll be doing that now. Let's say again Simon is the person who withdrew the money, and this is the bank. Let's say it says Bank of Australia, and B is their branch code is 123456. It's obviously will be something else, but we'll be using sample data here. The check hash will be, let's say, 145, and let's click on this button here, checkbox. It will show the amount, and then we'll approve this and click on the yes, and it's approved, and this gets deposited. And you can also see some more details. You have the account number, account name, BSB number, and branch. So now let's go further. We have process others, which are other kinds of transactions that need processing. We have process refunds, which I have already demonstrated in other examples how we process the refunds. And let's say let's do one. Let's open up a registration. I'm opening up in a new tab, and now I'm switching the other tab. Let's say someone who has completed the registration. Let's say it's Praveen Chowdhury, and let's give them a discount. They have already paid, but now let's give them a discount now. Let's say discount method, let it be arbitrary, and let the invoice item be this. Let's say I give them a discount of $100, and I add this. Somehow it failed. I might have chosen a wrong, there might be some validation here. Let's say reconciling, and okay, let's click on add. Okay, now we have this discount here, and if I go to payments, you can see I have this total outstanding of $40, and I can do an admin refund only when I give a proper discount without the reconciling. Let's try adding another one. There are no invoice items. Let's say the discount is $100. I have added the discount, and now I'll go back to payments. Now this payment must show here for the admin to refund, because since it's in negative, when it's in negative, these options get active. So let's say admin refund, and let's say it's a discount being given, and confirm the payment. And now if I go back to the other tab in where my finance is active, let's reload this page. And now let's go back to the view. I believe their registration is unchecked, so I'm checking it. Let's save these changes, and now you go back, reload again, and now you can see we have a refund request here, and I'm checking this. I have a reference of discount being given, which is the description I added, and the refundable transaction is, let's say I want to give them $100. I selected the $100, and I'm approving it. Said yes, and this is approved. This is how we process the refunds. And then we have process transfers, which is extremely similar to the refund. And we also have EFT POS, which again acts similarly as with these, and similar to the process group transfers as well, and process master account. This all has the same funda, or the same logic, and it works with the same processes. And now we have transactions here. Sorry. So here every kind of transaction is listed that has been done in this event, and you can see we have 9 entries here, and we have some amount that is reflecting here. We have the discounts, direct debit, check, discount, refund. Every kind of transaction that has been done in this event is visible here, and what all has been processed, it's shown here. Whether it's processed, it's tick. If it was not processed, it would show a cross. And we can also delete a transaction, so we have this cross button here. So if I want to delete a $100 discount I gave them recently, let's say this $100 of discount, I want to delete this. If I delete this transaction, it gets deleted, and it should be affecting here. If I go back to this person, and you can see this discount was deleted, and now it shows up again as outstanding. So let's go back now. So we are here, and we can also filter with some of the filters. We have IDs, we can filter with an ID, we can filter with the type, what was the transaction type, and we can filter by completion, processing range, reported from, and if it's reconciled or not. And we have these filters here. Let's move on to other tabs, which is reconciliation. Reconciliation is basically the detail of everything that has been happening in this event. Someone sold active registrations, which cost $202, and we also had canceled registrations, which cost $40, and add-ons sold for $55, accommodations sold for $16,000, somewhere around there. So we have discounts of 55, and then we have and then we have a reconciled amount of $16,249, and we also have some user payments, which is $12,939, and this is deducted from this one, and then we have the total which is outstanding, which is 3310, and we can see that amount inside of the unreconciled, or the ledger, I guess. Let's go to ledger first, and you can see we have all of the we have 30 entries of the ledger here. Let's change it to 39 because we have 39 entries, and let's see below. You can see we have this amount that was total, and this amount was paid. And let's move on to the unreconciled part. In the unreconciled, we have the total outstanding, which is 3310, and it also shows which person is owing that much money with their invoice numbers, with their organizations, and their outstanding. We can also export this report using in the Excel format, and we can also print this report, which will print this table basically. So this is it about the finance section of the event. Thank you.